Hi. All right. While I wait for everybody, I'm going to clean my brushes and kind of give my backstory on mascara and how I found it. Everybody that was at last Wednesday's in-person party already heard this, so bear with me. I'll keep it short. I'm going to show you how the Restore works first. This bottle will last you like a year. And you just spray it on your brushes. It cleans them and conditions them. And the best part is that you can use your brush immediately. So you don't have to like scrub them with water and then leave them out to dry, because who actually cleans their brushes when you have to do all that? Maybe I'm just gross, but I never cleaned my brushes before. Okay, so the cool story about how I found mascara. Alex, right now, my live is asking me if I would like you to go live with me. And I think that's a great idea because, guys, Alex Bittner is like basically a mascara artist. So, hi, Wendy. Okay, so the cool way that I discovered it is, I'm going to swipe the comments for right now so I can actually see what I'm doing. About 2 or 3 years ago on Instagram, I had a recommended friend, and it was based off of other people I follow. And so I had a friend, or a friend recommendation based off of all of the foster and adoptive families I follow. And so this lady's name was Kara, and I was like, oh, look at her sweet family. Like, she was fostering, and she had adopted 2 of the kids so far that she had fostered, and I just thought it was so cool, and she was a great person. And then I discovered that she had gorgeous selfies of the makeup artwork she did, and so I looked at the link in her bio to see what kind of makeup she used, and it was like, oh, hey, this is makeup that I'm totally developing on my own, because other makeup is so confusing, and you have to put layers and layers on your skin, and, you know, the beauty industry is constantly telling you you need more, add more, you need to cover up your face instead of just enhancing your beauty. So she was on a mission to simplify the process so that you could have one compact with your whole face makeup in it, and you could do your face with one brush, and you could do highlighting and contouring all wrapped into this. And so she knew that highlighting and contouring was intimidating to most people, and she wanted to develop a makeup that the everyday woman could use, and you wouldn't be intimidated by highlighting and contouring. So she developed this idea of full coverage creams, very lightweight. You won't believe how light they feel on your skin if you haven't tried it yet. Where you would completely customize a palette with all your choices, and you could do your whole face with just one palette. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate tonight. I know a lot of you already have your makeup, so you guys can follow along if you want. Let me swipe over, make sure there's no questions. Okay, I'm going to get started. So the Stay Spray she developed, everything that she created is multi-purpose so that you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. So this Stay Spray is your primer and your setting spray. You really only need it as a primer if you're oily. I'm oily, so I use this as a primer, and then at the end, I had to close my mouth, you'll want to use it as your setting spray too. And you can also, if you prefer, instead of spraying it all over the place, you can spray it on your Perfector sponge and rub it in. But I highly recommend this as a primer if you tend to get oily. So once you spray that all over, you'll get started with your highlighting color. So let me see if I have a face card. I'm going to be calling what people would think of as a foundation your highlighting color. So Kara's idea is that you have a highlighting foundation, which is one of these colors. You also have a contour shade that adds depth to your face. you have a lip and cheek color, and then your fourth color in your compact is your illuminator. And once you become addicted, like some of us are, you'll start adding more than one of each of those shades. So each time you order 4 colors, which usually is your highlight, which is foundation, contour, lip and cheek, and illuminator, you get a free compact with that. It holds 4 magnetic little tins, and it'll keep it all in one spot for you. It makes it easy for traveling. If you were to order 4 colors, which those could be your face colors and eyeshadows if you wanted, you'd get a bigger compact for free, and so on and so forth. So the numbers are 4, 8, 10, and 16. Yeah. Those are the number of singles that you order to get free compacts. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to use a couple different highlights so that the people that I color match to multiple highlight shades can understand what I meant for them. So I'm going to get started with Mango Highlight. Now this is a deeper one, and it's really good for coverage. So I'll just dab a little of that on my finger. These cream highlights that work as your foundation, that you do not need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. So Mango, sorry, I have my glasses line here. I wear my glasses all day. Mango is a great color for coverage. So you just put a very thin layer over dark circles, blemishes, anything that you need to cover up. The first time I did this, I was like, what in the world? Why did my upline tell me to put a dark orange color on my face? It looks awful. So what you do after you put your coverage color for everything that you want to cover up, you will put your main highlight color over that. And then if you want, you can even have a third highlight, which is a lighter brightening highlight. So my main highlight is going to be Candlelit. And I'm going to show you how you put that on with the 30-second hack brush. So this is the brush that most people start with because it can do your whole face. I use this smaller end for my highlighting because it can get in all the smaller areas and make it easier. So when I use my highlight, I do 2 dabs. I literally press it on the highlight twice because, like I said, you do not need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. And I try to kind of stipple it in rather than swiping it all over. Trying to be gentle on my skin. So spread that out. And you have the option with these highlighting foundations. You can put it all over your whole face like a normal foundation if you want, but you really don't have to. The idea is that you only have to put these in the areas that you want brightened. So when you first order your foundation shades, you will get a cute little face card in your shipping box, and it shows you exactly where this highlight goes, where your contour goes, where your lip and cheek colors go, which that one's kind of obvious, and where your illuminator goes. And then you can refer back to this video as well. And I also send an email out to all my new customers, giving them an instructional video and giving them tips and tricks. So if you've ordered and you've not gotten that email yet, let me know, because I sent some out today. All right, now the thing I want to show you is that I use a third brightening highlight color to brighten around my eyes. So I'm going to use White Peach right here. And I'm going to show you the areas where I use that. The idea is that if you had a light shining directly in your face, you want to brighten the areas that the light would naturally brighten by shining on you. So this very center area is kind of where you want to brighten. So look at that, guys. This side has my brightening highlight. This is what my eyelid normally looks like. And see how well it covered up that mango color? When I first started, I only used one shade, and that would be like the Candlelit that I used in most of my regions. You can do your whole face with that one highlight, but if you do have circles under your eyes, or if you do have blemishes you want to cover, or you want to brighten around your eyes, then we'll get you matched to some new highlights to add on. So when I do my face in the morning before work, what I'm doing tonight is a 4-minute face. It takes me 4 minutes because everything I need is right in that compact. Now, obviously, when I sit here and talk to you guys, it takes longer, but once you get the hang of it, it is so much faster than regular makeup. So this is my contour. It's hard to see because it's almost gone. This one's Ash. And all you do is flip this brush over. I kind of squeeze it a little bit so it does like a finer line there. The contour is a little bit of a harder consistency than the highlight. So I actually do swipe my brush in it when I'm getting the contour on it. Whereas with those highlight colors, I just tap it in there twice. And then the idea with the contour is that whereas the highlight you would brighten, this contour is kind of adding some shadow and some depth to the areas that wouldn't be in the direct light. So you see how that added shadow up around there? And then you just kind of erase any double or triple chins you have. So I put that contour color on there and then I kind of drag it down so that it just blends out. Guys, the first time my sister did a video, she does this with me, she put her contour on and she put a streak, and I mean, she just left like a black skid mark down her face. She deleted the video, but the point is that if you put anything on too heavy, you can take this magic little perfector sponge and you just tap at it, and you can even roll the sponge over it. This will lift up layers of makeup and blend them in. So if you accidentally, when you first get started, if you put, a huge streak of contour, you just dab at it and this will lift it up until it gets to the shade and the color that you want. So I'll show you how to use the perfector sponge at the end. Next, we will do lip and cheek. And I think we had a request to use Black Cherry, which is this one. Some girls wanted to see this one. So it looks dark and some people would think it's intimidating, but you just put it on that same end of the brush and put it on your cheeks. And everything might look a little bit crazy until I blend it in with that perfector sponge. But this is actually a really pretty color. And one of the tricks that I like, some people aren't comfortable contouring and feel like they still see a dark streak down their face. So what I always say to do is you put this on top of your contour, but actually rub it into the contour color so it blends together. So it's not a dark streak here and then a bold stripe there. So then you can use your finger to put this on your lips, or I'm going to demonstrate the multitasker brush. This little bad boy can do all kinds of things. But this end is perfect for lips. And I'm going to show you how the other end is good for lining your lips and filling in your brows. So you use this tiny little other end. You go back to your contour. And you use your contour to line your lips. And you also can use your contour to fill in your brows. So you can do your whole look with these 4 colors. Your highlight, contour, lip and cheek, and illuminator. And then this multitasker brush is also a brush that is great for spot treating your blemishes. So if you have like a crazy breakout, like during certain times of the month, and you can still see it when you're done with your face, you just take whichever size is more appropriate, dab it in your highlight color, which that's the one that provides the coverage, and you just tap it on to cover, and it literally makes it disappear. So, 4th and final color is going to be your illuminator. Does anybody have an illuminator they want to see? Hi, Natalie. All right. I'm just going to choose one. I'm going to use one of the new powder illuminators. Let's do Photoshop. Actually, nope, Glamazing. This was my first powder illuminator love. This is Glamazing. And the best brush for your powder illuminator is the best blend forever. So you take this fluffy end, swipe it in that powder illuminator. Sorry, I'm watching my dog chase his tail. And then get your glow on. See that difference? All this shiny. Okay, so then put it over here. And you get all shiny over there. And then you can also use the smaller end. You brighten right up here under that brow bone. There's also a brow brush, guys. So you don't have to use the multitasker, but I was just showing how the multitasker can multitask. But the reason I said there's a brow brush is because I need to like comb them bad boys. Okay, so the thing I like about the powder illuminators is that they also work as eyeshadows really well. Let's just like illuminate the heck out of this. Let's add some there, Cupid's bow. Let's just illuminate everything. Okay, so after you have your 4 shades on, highlight, contour, lip and cheek, and illuminator, you will spray with the setting spray. Don't be shy. This is what will make it last all day long. So I put mine on usually around 5:45 in the morning, and then I take it off usually about 9:30 or 10 at night, and that makes it last. Got it in my mouth. Okay, so you will want to use this damp. Usually when it's dry, it's like this size when you first get it. You want to get it wet over and over again and squeeze out the water until it gets huge like this. Squeeze out all the water so it's big, puffy, and light. And then you take this, and this is what will blend all the colors together. So there's no separating lines. And this is what also will lift away any excess makeup so that you don't have a big black streak of contour down your cheek or a stripe of cheek color. And the most important part, you take this small end and you roll it and press around your eyes. This picks up any excess highlight so that nothing settles in those fine lines. And anywhere that you have wrinkles or lines, you want to press this, roll this, just don't swipe it, and that will pick up the excess makeup so that it doesn't settle. Okay? So then you can finish. If you are not oily, then this Vanilla Dust setting powder is perfect for you. If you are more oily like I am, this Coty Air Spun Powder from Walmart, $6. Works perfect. It's like contains the oils more. I need all those colors. Yes, Natalie, you do. You're going to get them from your party, guys. You can earn so many rewards from the party. Okay, so this one that I'm showing you is just a loose setting powder. This is a Power Powder Brush. Shorter bristles, real tight, real dense, so you can actually press this powder right into your skin. So I got a bunch of powder on there, and I'm going to press it into my oily areas. I'm going to press extra, and I'm going to let it sit and bake. Then I will take a big fluffy brush, the B Squared, which is blush and bronzer, and I'm going to fluff away any excess powder. But just from this video, can you guys see the coverage that this provides? Phenomenal. Also, when I send you your instructional video and email at the beginning, you will notice that the how-to video, it's a 2-minute video. It's perfect for following along with when you first get started. It's Kara doing the video, the creator. She starts with her contour first and then her highlight. About half mascara artists do that, and about the other half of us start with highlight. Highlight is just my natural color to start with because it kind of replaces your normal foundation, and I feel like foundation goes on first. And so that's why I start with highlight, but it's totally personal preference. It just goes to show that there's no wrong or right way to do it. I'm adding more cheek color so that I can look pretty when I go to bed, since it's almost 9. Okay, are there any eyeshadows that you want to see? Natalie, what are you saying? Can you add that brush to my order? Hi, Tara. Jill, what is that brush? Okay, this brush is the Power Powder. This is a great brush for placing powder exactly where you want it. Alex, yes, you are obsessed with the brushes, but that's okay, so am I. So let me go ahead and show the rest. Once you let that powder bake, you break out this bad boy. This is probably the second most popular brush behind the 30-second hack. This, okay, Kin, Bend and Snap, okay. This is the B Squared. This is the big fluffy end I will use to just dust off any excess powder. This is also a great brush for putting on bronzer, which, if I'm going to say it, I might as well do it. Bella Bronzer right here. Wait till you see my tan. You guys ready for this? Take the big fluffy end. Put some bronzer on it. And then, the most commonly asked question is, where do you apply bronzer? Like, people always wonder if there's a correct location. So, basically, it's kind of what you would think. Anywhere that the sun would hit you most and you would have more of a tan. So, up around the forehead. Down your nose. The tops of your cheeks, which I would like to start a poll. What are the tops of your cheeks called? Which part of your cheek is the apple? Is that the lower part right here? I'd really like to know, because I always want to use that term in videos and I never actually do it because I don't want to be wrong. So, yep, there's your bronzer, anywhere you want bronze. Okay, Bend and Snap and Kin. Let me break out the eyeshadows. Oh, I didn't finish showing you the brushes. Okay, so the other end of this is blush. This, I love this brush because, as you could tell in my video, I don't feel like I'm very good at applying blush. And this brush makes it easy because it's like the perfect size of how much blush you should have. So, B Squared, blush and bronzer. This one was the Power Powder. This is the multitasker because it can do anything. the original 30-second hack, which is what most people start with because it can do it all. This one is the detail hack. This one is great for contouring. And it's got a small end as well, which you can get highlight in your smaller areas. Then we've got the eyeshadow everything. I'll use that when I do these eyeshadows. Here is the brow brush. It's called Know Your Angles. And like I said, you can use simply your contour color to fill in your brows. Or I'll show you my favorite eyeshadow for filling my blonde brows. This was the best blend forever. Perfect for powder illuminator. And then this is, let's see, okay, this one was best blend for, I keep getting these confused. These are the two new brushes. Blend and Tap. The new eyeshadow brush, the thicker one, is the Blend and Tap. This is the best blend forever. So if you guys weren't confused, you're going to be. My dog is now eating my tablecloth. Okay. Eyeshadow everything brush. I love that name. Let's get started. Ooh. Beautiful. I could just go back and forth like that forever in the light. Here are the matte colors. And here are the shimmer. Alright, so we want to see Kin and we want to see Bend and Snap. Bend and Snap is my favorite eyeshadow. So just throwing that out there. And Mihaya and Kin are two of my favorite bold colors. Mihaya and Kin. Kin is in very high demand. And I'm going to just start with that. So, take this fluffy end. Put just one dab of Kin on it. And I use Kin as my crease and outer eye color. And guys, the awesome news is that these highlight shades, the highlighting foundation, if you get crazy, like say you accidentally pull it like way over here, you just take your highlight and literally erase it. It covers up anything and everything. Okay, so there's some Kin on my eye. A dab for this side. And I literally just windshield wiper it? Windshield swipe? How do you turn windshield wipe into a verb, or is it already? Either way, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's Kin. I mean, you could literally just use Kin and be done. What? And make sure when you're doing hooded eyes, like you see how mine go up in there and it's like a hood, you want to apply your eyeshadows with your eyes open. So you can see, like you can see when my eyes open that I need some extra up here. Whereas if I had my eyes shut, I wouldn't be able to tell that I need to add this extra above my crease to be able to see it when my eyes are actually open. Otherwise it's just all tucked in that crease. So add a little more up there. And then I usually take this smaller end. I take a deep brown or a black and I use it as my eyeliner. So I'm going to use, I usually use Cocoa or Trust. And I just line my lid. I don't go all the way in. I only take it about 3/4 of the way in. And obviously I don't use regular eyeliner anymore. I am on a mission to be able to do my whole face with one compact like Kara intended. Same with the bottom lid. I only take it about 3/4 of the way in. And then I kind of follow the line of my bottom lid and bring it up here a little bit.
Go to sleep now.
And my husband's in the background telling the kids to go to bed.
I'm going to tell you right now. Don't get
Okay, so after you do those, I'm trying to see above the comments. I will take Bend and Snap. Wrong layer. Okay. Here it is. Let me get it out so I can show you guys. The beautiful. It's like a perfect pinkish with a hint of purple and shimmer. So the one thing I never knew to do with eyes is to take like a shimmery color like that at the end and put it right in the center. It blends this inner light color with this darker outer color and kind of makes the center of your eye pop and stand out. Kind of like we said we were trying to do with the highlight shade, the brightening highlight shade in the center of your face. So, and Kin and Bend and Snap are actually really good colors to use together. So, I already have my powder illuminator up here and in here. Otherwise, I would use something like Unicorn, which is this one. Or I would use Sabrina or Rome, which are these two. Just some brightening with a tiny bit of shimmer, because I want to brighten that area and brighten up here. So, like I said, your powder illuminator or even your cream illuminator work perfectly as a brightening color in there. So once you have all those colors on your eyes, I just kind of take my windshield wiper and blend them all out again. And then Kara has not yet released her mascara. It is in the works. But the whole company is so new still, the mascara hasn't even been released. So, anyways, this is my look. Any other lip and cheek colors or eyeshadows that you guys would like to see before I hop off? I like to recommend this Clinique Lash Building Primer. I have blonde, thin eyelashes, and I put this on first, and it really helps build my mascara, and then I don't get any mascara fallout during the day. So, anyway, I'm not really going to put on mascara right before I go to bed, but that is the gist of it. So, if you guys still need color matched or you need anything, message me. How glittery is Lala? Alright, let me show you the glitters. Here is, well, I'm going to keep them in here. This is the one you're asking about. Let me put it on and I'll show you. Just like any of these other colors, you can kind of build them up or make them more simple and not as bright. So I'm going to put, let me use the other eyeshadow brush just to demonstrate it. I'm going to put on La La Land. And I just kind of press those glittery ones on. They're really pretty. And you can put them like all over or just on the bottom half. Havie's favorite, I bet. So you can see, I mean, every time I blink it makes much more of a difference than this eye. But I mean, you can just pile that bad boy on and make a whole glitter glitter lid. See? They're pretty. I must admit, when they first were going to release these are newer colors, I was like, I am not going to wear that kind of stuff. And now I'm like, oh, I can wear La La Land for just everyday look. Before I discovered mascara, guys, I had given up on makeup because I was a stay-at-home mom and my children did not allow me enough time to get ready before we left the house. So I was like, there's no point. I'm not going to do it anymore. And then I saw that there were girls doing their full face of makeup. Now, if I do my eyes and everything, it's more like 8 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes. But if I'm just doing my highlight, my contour, my lip and cheek, and my illuminator, my 4 colors, then it takes me 4 minutes. So, let me swipe the comments back over. Any other questions? Always, always feel free to send me questions in a DM. My sister, my sister-in-law, we love this stuff and we love answering questions. So, there's a glittery eye. But you guys will be able to refer back to this video and use it to follow along with. And once you order, like I said, I'll send you an instructional video. So, okay, that's all. Sorry I was trying to make this fast, but I just talk a lot. So, okay. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.